Guess we're here. Do-do-do. Do-do-do-do-do-do. Why, hello. Just before the announcement posted. Welcome in. Shoot. That's the button. You can watch the VOD. You caught me live. Welcome. Okie dokie, chat. Oh god, I can hear myself. Alright. Alright. Hey yo, hey yo, hey yo. Hello. Yeah, sneaking is yeah, let's talk about it so far. So so things are here, hold on. I'll be right back, guys. I got an idea. Hold on 1 second. Chair stream, you know? Getting the cat outfit? How'd you know? Hey, it's JM. How'd your stream go, man? Yeah. Ah. Now. Hello? Testing? Testing? You said muted and then fine again? Okay, sounds good. Okay, so you guys almost never see me do this, but I'm on my walking pad. So fastest way to boost damage is upgrading your weapon. So the yeah, so weapon power is like the biggest and fastest way to scale your damage, it seems like. So there's like a few spots. Man, I can probably bet the mic quality here is terrible. Tell me how it is. Let me know. So weapon power is like the biggest source of damage increase that you can get right now, and you can get a lot of weapon power through the upgrade stones if you're lucky. But that's kind of the kicker, is you need to be lucky. So what upgrade stone do you use? I would highly recommend trying to farm out as many weapons as you can, because you kind of want to throw a bunch of 10% at it. Tolerable, worse than normal. Yeah, it's because I'm a little further away from the mic. You know, let's do this. This is better. You guys can hear me manhandling the microphone. Okay, there we go. Yeah, weapon power is the best way to increase it. I am on my walking pad after work. It's usually my after work routine, so you guys get to see this. But I kind of wanted to stream to dissect this update because there's a lot I want to talk about here. So So this update again felt rushed. It didn't seem like it had a lot of testing for it, but I will say it's good because it's a new masterclass. Obviously, there's a lot more content to it. It expands on the skills we have. It's essentially free content, and feels like there's not a lot of pay to win compared to the anniversary event, so I'm fine with it. Why stand? This is my after work walking routine. And I never stream after work, so yeah, want to discuss the update. Yeah, so my damage is scaling a lot because of weapon power, and I got really lucky on a bunch of 10%. But yeah, if you really want to scale damage, it's just finding bows and trying to get lucky on the stones, and that's pretty much it. Obviously you have like the compass to actually upgrade and deal damage with, but it doesn't seem like the talents are set up in the same way that Deathbringer is. So there's no like Marauder style or Famine of Fish, like it doesn't scale off like trapping efficiency or something. Yeah, and me personally, I like this style of gameplay. It kind of feels like Gear. Like there's something to grind towards, like in the subclass itself, right? Like I like it. I mean, the 4 years event was okay, but man, it was those exclusive companions were, I don't know, it's definitely those exclusive companions definitely felt very it's controversial. It is very controversial, you know. But I'm not gonna lie, the like finding gear, dropping the rings, doing all that stuff is kind of fun. But to that being said, also the grinding of the abominations I feel like is complete bait. I don't feel like you want to. I feel like you don't want to strictly kill abominations. I think you just want to push. I think you want to find good grind spots, grind it for a little bit, get a little bit of dust, upgrade your compass a little bit, and push as much as you can. Because the further mobs you kill, the higher tier of like bow you can get, which means you get more weapon damage, which means you get more damage, which means you can push further. So if you're like stuck on an abomination and you can't kill it, that's completely fine. Just ignore it and come back to it later. And yes, painkillers, that's the other thing I want to talk about. So we found out that if you get the gemstone talent and you switch masteries in the rift, it will erase some of the golden charms, so you cannot get them. I don't know if you can unspec the talent and it fixes it, but be wary. You see how in that loot table, you see the gemstone? What's missing there? You're missing the golden sai. So that means you can't farm a higher level of golden sai, which is the plus max level gold charm. And you can't grind out the one for Jade Coin per sneaking level. Those are pretty big charms if you accidentally level up your talent and screw it up. To me, okay, no, painkiller. For me, I still had it, and I was able to grind it. But when I swapped... Oh, sorry. So I still have it, and I ground it out. But when I swapped the masteries, it like messed up, and I can't get it anymore. I can't refarm it. It was still a race, so it's just random. Okay, that's fun. But yeah, this is issue number 1 with the update. I think it was rushed. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I remember Lava saying in a stream that there was not a lot of testing, or there was not a lot. Sorry, not testing, but I think he said it was rushed. This ring is Tempest crit damage. We're still working in the Discord on guides and drop tables for this, but for those who are like doing the grind pretty actively, be wary. You know, kind of take note that the reindeer does randomly drop gear. So if you're getting stuff that's outside of the drop table, That's because the reindeer dropped it. So you see how Sir Stashes don't drop anything? But if I stay here long enough, I'm going to get a drop. That's because of the reindeer. It's always rushed. And AFK bone grind is just going to make people mad. Yeah. They auto-trash bad items is the... No, so if you auto-trash bad items, it doesn't automatically trash the gemstones. No. Yeah, I mean, the thing I'm particularly peeved about is that there is a mechanic for quote-unquote AFK dust, but there's not a mechanic for AFK bones. And the fact that it's... I mean, we don't know if or how he's going to implement AFK bones, but if it's like a gem shop item like it is for dust, man, that's going to be so bad. Dust doesn't have an AFK mechanic to it. It's a little misleading. There's an item you can get in the limited time gem shop where you can purchase it and it progresses 2 hours of your AFK info of dust. Yes, there's a... This right here. If you go to the gem shop, hold down to instantly get 2 hours of dust dropped at your feet. Yeah, honestly, overall, in terms, and like comparison to Deathbringer, I personally feel that the Windwalker is better. Breedability levels are calculating wrong? Oh my lord. Yeah, no. We don't know how he's going to implement AFK bones. It's just, it leaves a bad impression that this is the first introduction that we have to any like AFK type masterclass resource generation, you know? What do you recommend to use Exalted Stamp on first? Oh, hold on. Before, that's also something I want to talk about. The limited time shop, the Exalted Stamps. Do not buy the Exalted Stamps from the limited time shop. The reason being is because if you buy them, it will scale the cost in the compass to be higher. So if you didn't buy them first in the compass, then you can't buy them free to play unless you get millions and millions of dust costs. Yeah. Yeah, crystalline stamp, multi-tool stamp, gold food effect stamp, mason jar stamp. I personally would probably go towards probably summoning stamp for the summoning EXP, because that's pretty good. Yeah, but overall, like in terms of a concept, Windwalker I feel like is better than Deathbringer in some aspects. Like the whole like the menu, like the compass compared to Grimoire, I feel like is better. I like it. However, I feel like the deer mechanic, I don't really like it. I'm not gonna lie. I feel it just feels kind of wrong for Eidolon. Am I wrong for saying that? I just feel like it's bad. The UI is so much better than the Grimoire, I feel. I really like it. But man, I don't know. How does it work with the 2x and 3x and the stamps? It just multiplies it. That's all it is. Does it transfer between maps? Yeah, the fact it also doesn't transfer between maps is also something I was a little peeved about. Yeah, no, that just felt bad. Yeah, Gravestone does. Why not deer? We have the like mechanic implemented. Just do it for deer. Yeah, and the other thing is that the deer spawns literally all over the map, so you're incentivized to be on small maps. Versus DB, you could be on more spread out maps. I guess also the issue I have is that the issue as well that I have with it is that I feel like I might be alone in this, but it feels like Deathbringer has a lot more map coverage than BM does, or Windwalker now. So there's not a lot of abilities to really like cover the map and like attackable materials, you know? We had the axes on Deathbringer. They were like really widespread. We had combustion. You could essentially kill the whole map, but with Windwalker, there's not a lot of whole map coverage. Yeah, the World 4, World 5 kill rings are good, especially for V-Man speedruns. I would highly recommend getting them if you don't have them yet. They don't often rotate, and it's pretty good. All right, well Wallop, yeah, okay, like you got me there. Well Wallop does. Yeah, 1 second EFON is no longer possible. Well, it might be with RNG, depending on the ballista. But you are correct, that has been kind of messed up. If there's an upgrade that increases ballista bolt number, it would be better. Yeah, I feel like he kind of nerfed ballista and then buffed it with Windwalker. Like it did, like the buff he did to the ballista wasn't really that good. But I mean, then again, I also haven't been active in Windwalker outside of Tempest form, so I don't know how it feels with enough attack speed, you know? It feels, I think it has coverage, right? But it feels inconsistent in its coverage compared to Deathbringer. That's the point I'm trying to make. Because with Deathbringer, I mean, you could throw an axe, and there's a lot of axes. It throws pretty high. Because, I mean, the ballista, here's the thing, like, the ballista, you attack, and then, ooh, boom, it went downwards. And then it's not hitting like a horde mob, so like combustion isn't blowing up the whole screen, or like Whale Wallop's not blowing up the whole screen, you know? Yeah. Let me read YouTube chat for a sec. Increase your normal tempest drop rate, percentage of normal drop rate. Yes, that is a good one. Yeah, in the compass, there is an upgrade where you can scale your tempest drop rate for like weapons, medallions, and jewelry by a factor of your regular drop rate. So that's pretty cool. Adds connectivity. Yeah, Deerwood, yeah. This or SP for Kilroy. I mean, it's always been Beastmaster, so this master class just made it better. So, I mean, your answer is Windwalker. Regardless of, literally, there is not a single map, except maybe Citringes, where Beastmaster is worse. Yeah, and the boar is not moving platforms like the gas clouds is a little disappointing. Because, I mean, as you can see here, I have like 300 boars at the bottom stage here, and none of them are hitting at the top. Also, when you kill the deer, it'll spawn a pack of the mobs at a random spot in the map. So if it spawns at the top, they're not getting killed. Yeah, and with this update, Eidolon is becoming less idle, and it's definitely becoming more active. I did get a package, my Amazon delivered, so I'll be right back, guys. Enjoy the ceiling. And enjoy a levitating cat, I guess. Unfortunately, no chair. Yeah, I mean, compared to Deathbringer, this is more idle than Deathbringer, so that's good. The 10 Beastmaster Troll camp finally got what they wanted. Yeah, this kind of, I'm kind of curious what direction he's going. Yeah, I'm kind of curious what direction he is going for the Bubo masterclass. I'm assuming it's going to be Bubo next. I feel like it's highly unlikely we're going to get an ES masterclass, especially when Bubo is a World 4 skill. I think more active play is fine. It's not a completely necessary mechanic, but it's something you really want to do at some point. Yeah. I mean, it really just depends what your perspective of Eidolon is. Like, if you take it at its face value and read the name and you think it's Eidolon, Legends of Eidolon MMO, it's got idle in its name. How idle do you want it to be? Is it like, does everything need to be automated? I feel like Eidolon is just a very active game, and if you want to like really push and progress in the game, I feel like you need to treat it like an actual like MMO type game or an ARPG. I don't know, but it's definitely more active than the title seems to indicate. But I mean, that being said, this masterclass compared to Deathbringer is so much more inactive. It's more AFK, but at the same rate, you are you are like active in the game, playing it like you are just about any other idle game. Just kind of, it's playing in the background. He's admitted that the player base wasn't offline AFK farming a DB, but then immediately made a Windwalker game with no offline farm. Yeah. Still can't click and hold. True. Yeah. I mean, does this class really do anything like to make it more MMO? Not really. I mean, what aspects of multiplayer, massive multiplayer online do we have? We have random events. We have party dungeons and guilds. That's about it. Tome, I guess. It's any tips to progress at Windwalker? Yes. Try to find a bow. A bow is like finding any bow is your first big breakpoint. PNS characters. Trading, sure. Yeah, your first big breakpoint for Windwalker is finding a bow, any bow, because it'll give you weapon power, and weapon power on those specific Windwalker items are going to give you damage, and that damage is going to scale. And then from there, my recommendation is kill the minimum amount of abominations necessary to progress into the next world, and try to push as far as you can. Be very cognizant of your AFK info to try to figure out where you're getting the most bones possible. Early game, what I found to be the best, the best dust spot I found early games is on sticks or nuttos. And for sticks and nuttos for the tier 1 dust, and then the tier 2 dust I found to be good on poops. And then from poops, I moved into frost flakes in World 3. And then for the tier 1 dust, I moved away from nuttos and went into Sur Stashes. Sur Stash, I'm getting like tens of millions of dust per hour. That is per hour. But in my opinion, I think the name of the game so far for Windwalker progression is it's just trying to get higher weapon power. Yep. Love a little 8-bit music. Here's what I did for talents, if I can find my mouse. I'm still debating whether or not this is actually good or not. Yeah, poops are really, really good for the T2 dust. I just wish he wasn't obsessed with the bad stone type. How ridiculous the range of stats are on the bows. Yeah, that's the one gripe I have, is about the upgrade chance. And if the fact it's using upgrade slots, there's so many like RNG ranges on the bow. I don't know if I deleted the bows that I had, which I did. I previously had a 11 speed bow, so that's the fastest bow speed you can get. It's supersonic, so it attacked really fast, but like the damage rolled really low. So even if I got perfect 10% stone chances, I just got like no damage on it. Yeah, further, sure. I haven't really checked my compass since I joined stream, but here is where we're at. So we have this is where this is one of the upgrades in the. So what I recommend is, if you're early game, I really recommend pushing the elemental like section of the compass, because it allows you to get obviously the bows, the rings, the drop rate for that stuff, and also allows you to get this upgrade, which scales the drop chance of those items it ties it to your character's drop rate. So what that means, someone pointed this out in the Discord, and I think this is a very good find. You want a drop rate card set because of this talent right here at the compass. The more drop rate you have, the more drop rate your Tempest character has, which means that you're going to drop more bows, you're going to drop more rings, and you're going to drop more medallions too. So drop rate ovals, drop rate cards, drop rate card set, family drop rate, any other source of drop rate that you can fit on your character, the Cobalt robes, drop rate keychains, that stuff is going to be very impactful for helping you because it allows you to drop more stuff. And then outside of that, there's a lot of dust percent that you can get in the compass too. Like there's DE Dust 1, there's DE Dust 2 right next to it. There's Solar Dust Hoarding, which I don't have any Solar Dust yet because I haven't run any Coliseum, nor have I gotten to Mammoths, I think it is. And then there's also an Abomination that gives you dust percent, I think. Yeah, Sandcastles give you a little bit extra dust. It's kind of costly, but gives you some extra dust. All in all, there's a lot more sources of dust percent than there were bones percent on release. There's also a Pristine Charm for dust percent if you're lucky and you get it. So all of this to say, progressing it feels better because there's more sources of it. The best stone grinding spot, any map that you're on will drop stone, so it doesn't matter. When you go to check medallions drop rate number, increase DR, change what? Also, don't do what I did. Make sure when checking bows in your inventory if they same weapon type you actually swap. Yes, there's a bone percent charm. Early game T2 bone. T2. I say bone dust. T2 dust farming spot is going to be poops, and then if you can move into Frosty Flakes, it's also a good one. The World 3 map, just before Sir Stashes. And then T1 bones, you want to do stashes. So Frost Flakes is T2, Sir Stashes T1. Hopefully we're not stuck here for like a week like we were on Deathbringer. Yeah. Oh, also, the drop rate for the medallions changes depending on the world that you're in. So if you're in World 1, there's a higher drop rate of the medallions compared to World 2, World 3, World 4, etc. And what's the chance to get a Pristine Charm? It's roughly 1 in 1,000, but I've heard that there is an upgrade to increase the drop rate of Pristine Charm somewhere in the compass for Windwalker. But yeah. There you go, Grandio 8. That's kind of his temporary fix. Will I be buying the new pack? I'm gonna say probably 60% or 70% probability no. 30% yes. I still feel kind of negative about the game in terms of its pay to win aspect. That being said, the update I feel is good. I feel like the update's good. But also, it kind of feels like the update was rushed. It can't be 1 in 1,000. I check sneaking every day and basically have 1. Well, I don't think you're item finding correctly. If you truly want to farm pristine gems or pristine charms, I would highly recommend getting double meteorite on a floor that you're at 0% detection. And good luck, because I find pristine charms every single day. Even pre-Windwalker update, I find pristine charms every single day. The problem with finding them is you can get a duplicate as well. At this point, I'm not buying unless it's an account-wide bonus. Well, also, the thing, yeah, the weird thing about this pack is that it's also setting kind of a bad precedence. Because if you look at the name tag, for example, the recent anniversary event gave you less AFK gains than the current paid pack AFK gains does. So like, if you don't buy this pack, then 3 weeks, 4 weeks down the line when a new pack's introduced, it's probably going to outcompete with this current pack. So if you're buying it strictly for the name tag, why buy it now? Just wait. You know? And sure, if it's not a name tag, if it's not a name tag, it could be a cape, but then it competes with the Time Watch cape. So if it's a trophy, it'll compete with nothing trophy, or skill efficiency. It'll compete with the idle skiller trophy. What do I? When I do double meteorite? How often do you have to check it? You have to check it a lot. It really depends how many open inventory spots you have. It also kind of depends on your character's action speed. Yeah, definitely turn on auto trash. Auto trash will not trash gemstones no matter the level. It will trash kunais. Well, it'll trash charms, kunais, gloves, all that stuff up to half its level or so. If it's below like half level, then it'll just trash it. Hey, Colby. Yeah, it'll trash it up to half its level. Yep. We'll let you down, bud. Yeah, but the rate at which you check sneaking is going to depend on your character's action speed. If you the fuck is auto trash? Here's this button right here, auto trash bad items. After checking, seems like it is breeding. Yeah, no, the whole breeding thing was never broken. Someone spread around misinformation that the V-Man enhancement was not working, but it's working. It's completely fine. I feel like people were looking at Wiki and trying to compare the wording. What's the cat's name? The black one's Colby. The one on the chair, her name is Regina, which you guys can't see, but she's like right there. And it's probably blurry, so you can't even see it still. Yeah, but I mean, you see how fast my inventory's. Does the V-Man BM enhancement work with candy? No, it's only active BM. What do you think the plan is for classy XP and levels with justice scaling infinitely? Putting more multipliers? Yeah, I mean, to that point as well, I feel like even buying the pack, it's just not worth it. For the classy XP aspect of it, because you have infinite classy XP scaling in Justice and grind time as well. The chance to get a pristine charm is about 1 in 1,000. So every item you find has a 1 in 1,000 chance to be. Actually, I don't even know if that's how the math works. I don't really know how sneaking item drop rate works, but it's on the wiki. It's around 1 in 1,000. Chat, we're going for 30 minutes. I think it's been roughly 30 minutes. At least the stream time's been 30 minutes. My walking pad says 2950, so that's pretty close. What's your speed? Do you mean like my movement speed? I think it's like 190 or so. Hello, MF Mage Raids. How's it going, sir? Ollie, be good. Make good choices. Yeah, it's 1 in 1,000 for any, but you can get a dupe of a pristine charm. Can you do a walking IE review? I do want to do an IE review actually, because I need to don't do it. Beat Chaos Kitty. I need a video for tomorrow. Weapon power is more important. Hey, good night, Hour. Have a good one. I volunteer. We'll probably do Oxy's review. Double posted, having YouTube and Twitch. Oh, no problem, man. It happens. I mean, I don't think people are going to care you're double posting something in chat. You can review my old account and upload. What's the point? You don't play the game. You quit, Hour. What's the point of reviewing your account? You can't even do any action on it. And like, I feel like there's not a lot. There's not a lot. I mean, I can really say that wasn't said in the last review, right? Actually, when was last? It was like May last year. It's been a year, hasn't it? Show off the true endgame mechanics of uninstalling. Yeah. How do you get an account review? It's through giveaways on the stream. Basically a year ago. Colby, please. Hey, stop. Stop. Damn it. Damn it. He's playing with my headset wire. If the stream blows up, I blame him. It's his fault. Idle main Zach. Is there any free-to-play gem farm anymore? Does boss drops was nerf, and I'm getting them from alchemy basically. See MR1. You have to get one. I don't think I found it anywhere. Yeah, I mean, if you're MR1, I mean, there's probably a chance that you haven't been specifically item find farming. Like this would be the ideal item find like farm, is having double meteorites on 6 characters. If you can do more, you can do more, but this is ideal. Having gold.
The cat is God, let the cat play.
I mean, he's playing. Having gold gloves as well, to give you more action speed. Having a good action speed, gold charm, all that stuff is really important. I always think Zach not Zed. No problem, Marlon. But yeah, yes, there are free to play spots. As far as I know, I think they've been nerfed. I think they went from 300 down to 100, and then back up to 150 and down to 75. I don't know. I haven't tested it for a little bit of time, so I don't know myself, but that's what I've heard. Could be rumors. But you can do up to 75 bosses or up to 150 bosses a day. You can kill dupes, although that's been nerfed as well. It's now a range between 5 to 11 gems, I believe, as opposed to the consistent 9 it was before. Biggie Hours, I think, is untouched to 6 gems. You can also kill World 1 Coliseum Baba Yaga. Sorry, not Baba Yaga itself doesn't drop gems, but the chests themselves drop gems. You can do that. You should be getting 6 Coliseum tickets a day, so that's 6 times 9 gems or so. You could also kill, I guess that's it, huh? Spike Trap mini, the Spike Trap minigame. Alchemy. Is that it? Your level up gift, leveling up construction. Construction's pretty free. You should be getting like a level a day of construction. Also, shout out to the arcade shop giving you build rate. That's pretty sick. What does it do? What do I do when it says to meet some guy at Rift? Huh? For sneaking? Oh, there's so sneaking mastery is a Rift mechanic, so you need to push the Rift to unlock sneak mastery. So if you push to the top floor of sneaking, you will unlock Rift mastery, and you talk to, there's like it says NPC, but it's like a placeholder like Rift thing. You talk to him to increase and decrease your sneaking percent. Is there a way to see the medallions you have? Yes, check your cards. If you check your cards, you should see a medallion icon next to the mob that you collected it on. Be mindful that the medallions do not auto-collect through auto-loot. You have to pick them up manually. So if you're AFK for a long time on a map, make sure to check your map before porting away to make sure you get the medallion. And to show you what's on the cards here, let me show you. I got it on mode boards a while ago. You see the medallion right next to mode board, the name of it. But on like, oh, poops, I have it too. On rats, I don't have it. Yes, you can drop multiple medallions, but they do not stack. Also, the whole pristine charm farming, you can do it on literally any mastery. The only requirement is you have double meteorite, you have good gloves, you have the gold charm for action speed, you have 0% detection. That's it. You can do it on any map, any floor in sneaking to do it, so long as you're at 0% detection. What abomination am I up to? Technically, I haven't even killed Snellbees yet. I do want to kill Snellbees because that does give medallion chance. Actually, I think we should go do that. What? Yeah. There's no medallions anywhere before you port off. And then, see what the dust cost for this portal is about 2.4 million. Oh my god, was that abomination? That's an abomination. Oh, we're gonna be here a while. Yeah, we're gonna be here a little bit. Do I need to progress the rift for the NPC? Yes, it is 51, I think? 55, 56, something like that. It's the last one. It's the last upgrade. Did you beat Abomination in the fishing area? I have not. No, I need to do that. Hug him, it'll go faster. And do it as less HP. Does killing the abominations necessarily give you damage upgrade though? Gives you classy XP, classy XP, but not character damage. Didn't have the artifact upgrade in Jade Emporium. There's finally unlocked sheep. Sheepy's big. Sheepy's okay, but if you get to Frost Flakes for the tier 2 and then get into Sur Stashes for the tier 1, those are better. Those are better, worth your time. But again, like I said before early in the stream, pushing bows, pushing better bows for more weapon power is the strat. You definitely want to try to get a bow, try to get a good RNG roll on the weapon damage, and try to get a good stone chance for damage as well. With WW respawn buff, do you think pushing past level 20 on shiny is worth it? Well, I don't know if the soft cap on shiny farming has been removed or not, because there is a there is a problem where if you push past shiny pet level 20, it doesn't do anything. So pushing to 20 right now is the soft cap unless it was changed in the update. What's the go-to for farming bows? My recommendation is doing Frost Flakes, because Frost Flakes drop the dust bow, so you get more dust percent. I would always recommend the 10% chance, because I mean, in the end, if you want to push far and fast, you need to try to get lucky on the upgrade stone chance. Are the elemental weaknesses important? I mean, I think they are, but I haven't really cared about that. I just put dust percent and that's it. I could be wrong. I mean, it's still the first day. I could be wrong. As far as I know, the elemental damage is a separate multiplier, so doing that specific element to the mob is better. So if you have rings instead of the dust rings, you can put those specific rings instead. I would maybe reconsider trying to get multiple weapon types, because as I said, there's so many RNG factors to getting weapon power that it probably is not worth your time, and you're not going to get one anytime soon. A really high weapon power bow of every single one. What drops dust rings? Actually, sorry, I say dust rings. I meant crit damage rings. Crit damage rings is probably better. But yeah, dust rings, if you're farming, would probably be good. Right now I have crit damage rings, and I think those are just better overall. Right element does around 35 to 60k. I'm not denying it will do more damage. However, what I'm saying is if you are putting on a weapon type that's specific to the element, yeah, if you're putting on the weapon type that's specific to the element of the mob you're fighting, it may not be worth your time compared to a higher weapon power base weapon. If you're curious where the ring drops, look at the AFK info of the mob you're fighting. Crit in our Discord has created a very simple mock-up a very basic mock-up of where some of the items drop. So if you're questioning where some of the rings drop or some of the bows drop, type !_ Discord, or if you're on YouTube, go to the comment section. Sorry, not comment section, the description. Join the Discord, look at the tips and tricks. There should be a graphic that Crit made to showcase where some of the rings and stuff drops. And bows as well. Is it better to have dust and damage for the weapon? That's my recommendation, is getting dust % on your weapon and trying to get as much damage as you, like weapon power as you can. Yeah, being at Rift 21 and finished Mastery 0, staking floor 12 is pretty insane. But it also doesn't surprise me that you push that far being that low in Rift because of how much stealth % is available in the game. So, I mean, it's not necessarily bad. It doesn't really give any indication that you really pushed too far without, getting all the necessary upgrades for your time. Good to mention one crucial information, man. There's upgrade further down the line, gives you a chance not to use upgrade slot. Oh, well, I didn't know that. No, I mean, to your point, Eventide, there's been a lot of stealth % increases in the game, so it does not surprise me that you push that far, but in order to progress Mastery in sneaking, you do need to get to Rift 56. That's where Rift guy is located. I don't understand the skulls. What skulls? What skulls? The skulls. Talking about the sneaking floor? Hey, Target, what's up? We're almost done with Snelby. Now, I will say, killing the Abomination, I really like this screen. Look at this. This is my favorite. I think of all the mechanics in Eidolon, I love that. Oh, the Abomination skulls above world portals? The Rift skulls. So, okay, so when you kill a mob in a Rift, it'll transfer to a random mob an X% amount of time. So I would recommend probably doing it on Bubo, because the respawn mechanic, you respawn them quickly. Also, kind of depends if you have 200 Tentacle or not. But doing on maybe not DK, because his respawn mechanic relies on killing the entire map. Elemental Sorcerer is a little risky because it can transfer onto portal mobs, making them harder to kill. Bubo is like the easiest, like I said. Windwalker might be pretty good because of the respawn mechanic. Deathbringer might also be good because of the Gravestone. Yeah, I love the Abomination slaying mechanic. That's pretty lit, man. What dust will you AFK overnight? It's probably the tier 1 dust. Alright, where are we at? I'm sorry, how much dust did that cost? Holy shit, man. Alright, let's give this guy a little wallop. Shit, I think I spawned the deer. Medallion's worth grinding for? Honestly, early game, probably not. If you happen across it, cool. If you don't, oh well. I think you should probably wait till you get like level 4 or 5 of the medallion increase. Lasers should do something. What lasers? Stamps would you recommend exalting? Crystalline Stamp. Abomination lasers. Crystalline Stamp, Multi-Tool Stamp, Mason Jar Stamp, Gold Food Effect Stamp. Those are all pretty good. Keep in mind, do not buy them from the gem shop.
May we see the cat, please?
Colby left, but Regina is sleeping, so I'll disturb her real quick. He's confused now. She's back sleeping on the chair. She's okay. She's cleaning where I like held her. Typical cat behavior, am I right? Tyson, thank you for the follow. Zorkiify, thank you for the follow. Jeff owns 69, thank you for the follow. Malantur, thank you for the follow. Yezin, Chion, all those people, thank you for the follows, guys. Oh, yeah, that's right. I don't have that unlocked yet. Oh, it's actually pretty... Ooh. One of 421. It's pretty good. I think, honestly, I might just park on Frost Flakes for a little bit. I mean, I haven't killed this abomination. I'm probably not going to kill it for a long time. Boost food? No. I think it's additive to the Feasty statue, so I would not recommend doing that. Gold food stamp? Yes. Regina is younger than Colby. Yeah, 2.1 billion is kind of crazy. But also, this is where you'd farm a... Okay, so, real quick. The Poops map is where you'd farm the first dust % bow, and then the Frost Flakes is where you spawn the second. Also, there is an upgrade in the compass where you can see the AFK info, what drops there for both the rings and the weapons. So if you open the AFK info, you will see it drops it drops a bow and it drops a ring. You just kind of have to get familiar with what the icons look like. That is a dust % bow, and that is a crit damage ring. Right now, we kind of suss out those are kind of good. So I would, if you can get to Frosted Flakes and you can kill them and you have enough damage to kill them within like 2 hits, I would probably stay here and kill them. If you can't, grind Poop out, try to get a better bow, and try to come here for a little bit, even inoptimally before you can fully kill it, and grind out the bow to hopefully get a good high attack speed bow as well as a good weapon power bow. Recommended standing on the other side of the bomb there. I'm not really looking to kill him, honestly. I'm looking to just kill the Frost Flakes. Yeah, grind out your Poop, guys. What are your action bars? I have, sorry, first one. Oh my god, I don't have the deer. Dear lord. Dear lord. I have Urarar, the deer, the whales, Nachos, Spore, the sling thing, Speed 8, Fashabo. Yeah. As crit ring compared to attack speed ring, I would recommend probably crit ring, because it seems like it honestly kind of depends on your breedability levels on your pets, but it seems like you can scale crit chance a lot higher with Windwalker than you could with Deathbringer. So even approaching 70% crit seems rather feasible. I would consider be the best map to farm overnight. My opinion at my stage of progression is Sir Stashes. Sir Stashes give me like 15 to like 18 million bones an hour. Bones T1 dust an hour. If I'm grinding the T2 dust, probably Frost Flakes. If you're not there yet, Poops is also good for tier 2. T1 Nuttos is probably what I recommend. The traps from Hunter should be good as well. Maybe, I haven't tried it. Give him a try. Mimics is pretty good too early on for the crit damage rings. Good to know. Good to know. Can I see your boat? Yeah. Oh my god, I have so many rings. Also, the other thing to point out is make sure your inventory is empty if you go AFK overnight, because you can see here I was just AFK here for how long, chat? And now my inventory is filling up with goddamn rings. What affects the dust percent of the bow? There is a stone. So the weapon stone gives you percent misc chance. Whatever the misc line is on the item will get boosted if you do a success on the stone, on the upgrade stone. So on the 10%, it's plus 50% misc. So on this bow, it's extra dusk. So I hit it 3 times on this bow and it went up 150%. The base was 127. Yeah, you can't filter. Where's your EXP multiplier on the talent? This talent? Or this talent? This talent's 1.21 for all classes. Yeah, that bow was insane. It hit 3 10%ers. Did you use all the gem 2-hour speedups? No, I have not. I have not used a single one. Like I said, the best way to progress right now is pushing maps. It does not matter pushing abominations. There's a select few that are actually good. So, yeah. What's your crit from breeding? 17%. And I'm also currently leveling those breedability pets, so this will increase eventually. Right now, my minimum level for readability, I think, is 4. Are there some spots that have higher chance to drop the upgrade stones? No. Every single map should have roughly the same chance to drop the upgrade stones, so it's just picking a map and farming it. What's your weapon and ring drop rate chance? I think ring's like 1 in 400 or so. Ring's 1 in 421. The weapon's 1 in 393. Okay, so breedability and breeding is the pink border on the pets. It's like when you regularly breed, it's not the shiny pets. It's the one like when you. How do I explain? It's the one with the heart. That's the one. Ugh. Chat, I'm starting to work up a sweat. The pink one. Yes, that's breedability. And if you have the V-Man enhancement, it'll make breedability go by faster because every kill that you do on Windwalker will increase, rather decrease the time it takes to level up that shiny pet, or breedable pet. Anyways, talking about bows, so the speed will range between 4 to 11. So 4 obviously being slower than the base like attack speed of the bows you normally find, and 11 supersonic makes the bow attack really, really fast. So ideally you want to get 11. Weapon power seems to have a really high range and it scales. It'll scale off the mob that you're on. So the higher level mob that you're on, the more weapon power it can roll. The reach doesn't seem to change. The misc stat does seem to change. Well, not on the mob, but just like rolls percentage wise. I think of the lowest I've gotten is 21. The highest I've gotten is like 47%. Using motorized treadmill, it's a walking pad. I guess so. I don't know. Should you not go for the range upgrade on your bow? I mean, there's no... You can't really do anything about the reach. What does the trapped dozen abomination do? I don't know which one that is. No, on the compass. Oh, oh, good point, actually. I have no idea. Mazzo, I have no idea. I have not heard of that bug, so I have no idea how to fix it. You can skip the trap dozen. Cool. The fish one, yeah. Does the rift guy do anything from the hole? No, it's just placeholder. It doesn't do anything. All right, see the rings. 36, 30, 30, 30, 30. Yeah, 36 is pretty good. 30. 635, 535, 533, 634, 533. So to me, all of these are bad. Because I think the base stats on the bow I have are a 647, and the misc percent I think was like 40? No, it was like 27. Am I kidding? Oh, when the inner voice comes up, it crashes when you're on baby trolls. Are you on mobile? If you're on mobile, I don't know what to tell you. Don't play on mobile. Mobile's extremely buggy. If you're not playing on mobile, I don't know what to tell you. The update's too new for me to know about any bugs. I'm sorry. Whew. What's your ring DR? 1 in 400 or so. Man on a treadmill? Yes, I am. How much XP multi did you get from paid packs? I don't remember. But I stopped buying packs like... Oh, killed the abomination. Sick. I stopped buying packs a while ago. It was the video I made with the thumbnail that says I quit or I'm done or something. How much EXP multi do you get for playing on a treadmill? I heard that you get roughly you actually get a 0.5x class EXP multi for beating Lava's bench press PR. So be careful if you're a weightlifter because you might actually lose class EXP multi. I suppose you could also not go public with it. But I suppose it's also for only EU players because, I don't know, GDPR rules might mean that you don't share your data, so Lava might not know that you beat his bench press PR. However, if you're a US player, it's entirely likely your data is being tracked and your bench press PR will be shared with Lava. So that way you will get that 0.5x class EXP multi. That's why I don't like work out or anything. And I can't really bench press 10 pounds or whatever his record is. How much weapon power? I think the weapon I have right now is like 80 or so. Missing out on so much. How are you so powerful that fast? It's again, my recommendation is do not push abominations. My recommendation is to push portals. Like push as far as the map as you can and try to get higher levels of bows because the bow drops are extremely RNG. And if you get more weapon power on your bow, that means you get way more damage. So, for example, I'm going to stop attacking here, guys. Take note of my damage here. I have 1.1 mil on the high end or so. No, sorry, I have 113,000. I'm like extremely capping. So with my 83 weapon power bow going down to a 35. Holy, I didn't realize it was that bad. Holy shit. That is awful. Yeah, so in short, weapon power is extremely important. Yeah, weapon power is very powerful. Where are you farming that bow? I farmed that bow here. So the bow I found was... Yeah, weapon power is like exponential scaling. It's extremely good. But the bow I farmed here, I got really lucky on the rolls. It rolled 6 on the attack speed, it rolled 47 on the weapon power, and it rolled like 27% on the dust bone. And I hit 3 10% back to back, and then 2 fails, obviously. 2 bows is good. Yeah, I mean, having 2 bows would be good if you can also get the same RNG on that second bow. That's kind of the problem with farming a second bow, is you need to get extremely lucky for you to be able to swap it out. Also, that other bow is very dependent on the element of the mob you're killing. So if it's weak to grass, but you have a fire bow, it doesn't really do anything different for you. So you may as well just stick with the dust bow for all eternity until you're able to realistically farm that second tier bow. But general use, dust percent bow I think is the best. Well, the base stats of bow is incredibly variable. Weapon power works like decibels. Okay, so it's like every power 10. It's logarithmic scaling. Hence why, like, between 1 to 10 weapon power and 10 to 100 is like... The dust bow is way too good to not want... Yeah, having dust percent bow and having dust percent rings, like, amazing. Maybe, I mean, it depends. I think dust percent rings is when it gets a little dicey, because obviously having as much dust percent is, like, really important. But in order to do damage, I think the crit rings are going to be pretty useful for a while. I think you would only want to swap to dust percent rings if you can realistically one shot on the minimum end of your damage on the mob that you're fighting. Yeah, this masterclass introduction makes Deathbringer feel like an absolute waste of time, considering how much like dust percent sources you have. Not to say Deathbringer is a waste of time, because I think it's good in its own right. But man, comparatively, how this was released compared to Deathbringer feels miles better, because there's so many sources of dust percent. It makes DB a joke, exactly. Especially when like the final legs going up to the release of Windwalker, there was just like bone percent after bone percent after bone percent increase. There was the Gambit Cavern, there was Arcade, now there's Pristine Charm. More talent levels, you know? Feels a lot easier. Yeah, no, it definitely does. Because I mean, I'm like we're what, 9 hours into the update and I'm already into World 3? You mentioned the shadow. Yes. So, well, it's not. No. The giant crystal giant shine was not shadow nerfed. It was mentioned in the patch notes. So that's good. But it went from 10% down to 7.5% per level. So you get less crystal spawn chance and you get less giant spawn chance. That has not been addressed. But you get less crystal spawn chance. The idea of balancing that is that the crystal spawn rate is outcompeted by the exalted stamp, which I feel like is a bullshit reason to nerf it in the first place, because it also impacts giant chance. And again, it feels unintentionally targeted towards free-to-play players. Yeah, giant spawn chance stamp. Absolutely. All right, I've been on the treadmill for 63 minutes. I'm going to stop now. Ugh. Yeah, Risk Rain 2 soundtrack. Yo, guys, I swear I'm not capping. I was on the treadmill for... Ah, fuck. I was on the treadmill for 62. Yeah, I wanted to do 30. You guys trolled me. Oh. Gotta tell me the camera. Mike Gaming. This feels better. Okay. Can you show talents made and click your crit chance talent? Sure. I'm at 17%, I think. This will get better over time. I think right now I have breedability 6 pets. Hey, LCJ. Hey, dead. Leonardo DiCaprio. Can't believe Leonardo DiCaprio is my stream. Main's proving he's breedable right now. I'm so breedable. was gonna say something, then I stopped myself. Do you think drop percent affects the chances of weapon drops for Windwalker? Yes, yes, it does. Which drop percent are you talking about? Oh, I rolled a 7 on this, but damage is bad. Dust percent's bad. Bad. Oh, that was a 47, but 5 speed. 44 crit chance. Oh my god, that's a really good one. This is the highest I've seen so far. Chris, have you checked like the breeding menu in a while? You should probably check the breeding menu though. The drop rarity, yes. So there is an upgrade in the compass that makes your drop rarity affect the chance of like your weapons, your rings, your medallions, that stuff. It's this upgrade right here, luck factor. Getting to this and upgrading it increases the drop rate for all that Tempest stuff. So if you're in like the base form, no, it doesn't, but it will. It will. I don't see any medallion. You know, gotta make sure. You never know. Jesus Christ, there's so many bows. A 4 speed? A 547. I think I just picked up all the bows again. Maybe I didn't. No, I just found all these again. A 735? Okay, maybe. That could potentially compete if it hits 4 stones, but that's it. A 30 is a no. The 5 speed's making me nauseous. 537, 535, 130. Oh, I didn't check that bow. Oh well. You can tell them in quick access you stop dropping it. It's actually a good point. Let's go do that. Problem is I gotta remember which ones to sell. I gotta make sure I don't accidentally sell some of them. Yeah. Like a good one that like drops as I'm selling him, you know? Okay. Yeah, just so I don't like accidentally pick them up, you know? Drag them away instead of quick? It's okay. Should I give you a grass ring? Heck yeah, brother. You don't have to stop yourself. We're all adults here. What did I say? Oh. Yes, that's correct. Unfortunately, I don't think, even though I'm an adult, I don't think Twitch and or YouTube's guidelines would allow me to say something like that. How many medallions have you gotten? I think 3. It hasn't been a lot. It has not been a lot. Got a lot of stones though. Got a lot of stones. Chat. Do we fuck up this bow? I think we fuck up this bow. There's absolutely no chance in hell that I'm gonna hit this bow. Let's start a prediction. You guys have 2 minutes to predict. Am I gonna go 4 out of 5 on this bow?
Let's go gambling! Aw, dang it. Aw, dang it.
That's a gamble flip. I didn't hear it. That's unfortunate. Desktop view. Hey, Erlian, what's up? Oh, he hits it. There you go, Chatterbox. Finally. You fucked up an LE. What'd you do, Corona? Chatterbox, who do you want to steal the roll from, by the way? In Tempest form? Yes. Yeah, well, I'll just tell you the list. We have Dennis, Kalula, and Tony. Those are the 3 people that have the role. Yeah. Meow. Goodbye, Tony. You're Braveheart in Discord, correct? Or previously Braveheart? Windwalker, am I supposed to aim for damage and accuracy as with DB? Yes, kind of. Kind of, not really. All right, chat. You have 20 seconds left. 5 out of 5. This bow is going to get absolutely destroyed. Yeah, I feel like the accuracy issues are less so on this class than Deathbringer. Damage-wise as well. Damage is scaling pretty well. You believe? 2, 1. I don't understand how 40% of you are saying yes. All right. We have a 10% chance on all of these stones. Chat, it's not looking good. So as far as I know, that is a bug, and I will not be using that. RIP. All 5. Unfortunate. As far as I know, that upgrade stone thing is a bug, so I can't advocate for people doing that.
Yippee-ee-ee-ee.
Yippee-ee-ee-ee. Yeah, as far as I know, there is a bug concerning the upgrade chance that I can't advocate for. I'll leave it at that, and I can't talk about it. And I can't obviously tell people to do that. I saw someone ask in the Discord, can you AFK for 2 weeks on Windwalker? Oh, man. Well, don't say that. All right, we're gonna start. What we're gonna do with this. That's the wrong stone. My bad. RIP. RIP. I'm too scared to do on the 47 one or whatever. Do it. We'll save it towards the end. Literally, like, I think one has to hit it for it to be good. I mean, just one has to hit it. So where do you get the crit rings? Where'd I get it? The Discord has the resource for where you can farm the specific rings and weapons. So go in the description, join the Discord. It's in the tips and tricks section. But yeah, I can't remember where it drops. I can't remember where this crit ring drops. Chad, help me. Oh, well, it drops here. Hello? I'm farming it right now. Drops for Frosty Flakes. LOL. Absolute fucking brain fart right there. Any of the gear help you? Well, yeah, you farm your own gear in Tempest form. Hey, it drops here. Yeah, thanks. I goddamn appreciate that. You know, we should upgrade this. Yeah, I mean, okay, so this right here is the reason why accuracy is less of an issue in Tempest form, because you can get so many upgrades for so cheap. It's like ridiculous. Like, look, this is costing pennies. Actual pennies to upgrade this. Like 1.5x higher stealth for what? There's a bug that the deer can drop any item. That's a and people were reporting that it's a core drops. No only one for me. Is that a bug? Sure. Gets to 100, I think. It's to 80. If it's intentional, I still be including the guide. Sure, I guess. I don't know. I honestly have no idea, but it does seem... let's get one more of that. One more crit hit. You do want more damage. Damage is nice. It's a good upgrade. More attack speed's always good. Extra dust is always nice. Max out the dust. Max out the dust. More defense is nice. Okay. Bro, I have an addiction to Owl. Owl's nice. Yeah, Tetris is sick, man. I'm not a Tetris player, but Tetris is nice. I really want to find out what the other nomadic path stuff is. I should probably... 538, no thank you. Grind out here for a little bit longer. You know what we'll do? Chat, this class is absolutely perfect for IE reviews. Oh. Okay, Rivera, I did the account review for him. I'm pretty sure I did it for Iden YT. I was going to say endearing chat. I guess that works too. But 16 times extra dust while my DB takes longer to hit 10x bones. So sad yet so funny. Yeah, there's so many sources of bones. It's crazy. I'm pretty endearing. Yeah, you are. Yep, that sounds right. Okay, do I do Oxy's account? I guess. I mean, you know what? A deer joke. Surely that's a ban. Endearing. That's a permanent ban in chat. I'm kidding. Kidding. No. Not ban. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, it's about time I rip the band-aid off. Toto, welcome in. How's it going? Chat, stay tuned. For those of you watching or snoozing, because this is a review off the list, stay tuned for after this review. We're going to play some Marbies after this for an account review. BM active is so good now. True. Pay to win endgamer. What's new? True. All right. Is this post shrine? Well, I mean, this is 419, so I have no idea. Someone should work on obols. Not even full drop rate. It's very sad. All right. Looking at my notepad. What's the timestamp on this? And recursive stream. Hello. Must ping the wrong Oxy. The Moon 2-hour skips are broken? Like, what do you mean broken? Like, they don't work broken? Or they are, like, extremely good broken? Again, oh my god, dude. They get consumed with no gains? You have to pick it up off the floor, Kane. I also haven't tested it, but that's how it says it works. Chat. got nothing. Well, also make sure that you have farmed like AFK time, because if you haven't farmed like AFK time, well, so like me using the candy right now should work. It should give me 16 mil because it's going off of the AFK info. If you haven't farmed anything in the map, then you shouldn't be getting anything because you have 0 bone gain per hour. Check my bows real quick before we jump into the review. Nothing. All right. You guys ready? Bone gain. I'm sorry, dust. I can't. Got no dust dropped. I have no idea. I'm playing on mobile. Is that the issue? My only thought. All right, chat. You guys ready? On PC? Steam? Did you overflow bones? Or dust? God damn it. All right. 3, 2, 1. Hey guys, it's Vane here, back again with another account review. Today we're doing a very special midweek review, post-workout account review for Oxygen 6, whoever. He is, I guess you could say, well known in the community. He's a pretty well and away long-time endgamer. Yeah, we've been trying to coordinate this review, but we never seem to match our schedules. So I don't think he's here in chat today. If he is, perfect. I did ping him, so we'll see if he does pop in. But anyways, let's jump into the review. Obviously, very endgamer, has done a lot of hefty grinds in the account. So as with most endgamers, I'm not really going to be talking about what you should be doing, because as with most endgamers, you really should know what you should be doing, especially when it comes to the lengthy grinds. You kind of already have that in the back of your head because you're probably browsing a lot of the endgame chats and stuff. So instead, what I'm going to do is I'm going to point to some things, talk about how he gets to that, progress of his account to kind of, if you want to try to get here yourself, what you kind of need to do in order to get to this point. So let's jump into it. Let's start with the dashboard. Let's point out a few things. Obviously, he has a lot of hyper obels. There's not a lot you can actively do to farm hyper obels other than buy them in the gem shop. So we'll leave those alone. But this is, excluding the spark obels, this is the most optimal drop rate setup. This is the most drop rate you can squeeze out of your obel set in the game, because hyper obels give you the absolute most, the highest end. Obviously, the sparkle obels are incorrect here if you're doing drop rate. You want to swap these over to dice obels. Outside of that, yeah, I mean, you could just do pop obels for circles. You could do dice obels for the squares. Magma obels, domio obels are the best still, and obviously sparkle obels, drop rate obels are the best. Anyways, so yeah, moving away from obels, let's talk about shrines. So recently we had the ballot bonus for 2x shrine exp. It was a true multiplier to shrine exp. So what that means is that ballot bonus was taking whatever shrine percent multiplier you had before from leveling up and in construction, and the gold cheese and the beanstalk and all the gold food effect you had, it was multiplying that by a true, I think the base amount's like 1.5x or so from wiki, or from the ballot bonus without any multipliers. I don't even know. But the wiki has all of these bonuses and how they scale. I would highly recommend looking at this, especially to help inform your vote. But as we know, democracy is a lie. Democracy is dead in 2025. That is a discussion for another topic. I actually specialize in democratization, so I'm happy to talk about that. But this is an Eidolon chat, and we're not talking about democracy here. Democracy is out the window. It's full autocracy here. Anyways, let's talk about, was it shrine? So it's the base bonus is 1.53. So 1.53, and this gets scaled by balance bonus multiplier you get from like the events, from Equinox, from summoning, endless summoning, that is. So there's a lot of sources of ballot bonus multiplier, but all that to say, that shrine bonus multiplier from ballot bonus was extremely good for helping level up your shrines. It was fairly easy if you'd stocked up a bunch of candy to level up shrines, because fun fact, using candy does level up shrines so long as the shrine is in the same map or in the same world as your character, depending if you have those bonuses from sailing. We'll get to those in a second to talk about what bonuses affect shrines and so on. But yeah. Yeah, using candy levels up shrines. It also progresses not refinery, sorry. It progresses anvil. It progresses worship charge. That's the other one. So leveling those up and doing those mechanics at the same time to make things more efficient is kind of what I recommend. But doing that during that ballot bonus does help progress shrines, help progress your bonuses there. So doing it during that week was the most efficient for leveling up the shrines, and it was really good to do that because you can obviously level up Crescent Shrine because that gives you crystal and giant spawn chance to help you get more free-to-play gems, to help you more crystal farming and such, which as of this Windwalker update was nerfed, by the way. So, take that for what you will. But there's damage, there's HP, there's defense, level up rate for other shrines, carry capacity, drop rate. Shrines are good in other aspects, so it's still good to level up shrines. Be mindful that shrines only level up when your character is either in the same world as them, depending if you have the bonus that allows you to do that, or in the same map as them, which is universal across any bonus you have. So yeah, moving away from that, that's why his shrine levels are probably this high, is because he probably spent a lot of candies doing that. And maybe during the last few days of that ballot bonus, he probably spent a few more candies because you see he had stockpiled up 75,000 hours worth of candy. So it's entirely possible he could have pushed these shrines up to 30 and had plenty of candy to spare. So moving on to statues, these are really good statue levels. Obviously, the big things to point out for me personally, what I look at and what I'm interested in for what stage of endgame I'm in is Divinity EXP, the Villager statue, and Dragon Warrior. Those ones are insanely powerful, as well as the coin percent, I guess you could say, and maybe Construction EXP. Those ones are pretty good. Maybe Construction EXP less. Whatever. The mining statue, the lumber bob statue, old reliable. Feasty statue. There's actually a lot of good statues. I don't even know why I said there's only like 4 I'm interested in. There's a lot more than that, but all these statues are really good. There's no reason not to farm statues. If you don't know what to do with your character, just kind of stick it on a statue grind and just kind of go ham. Any of these early statues except Kachao, you can kind of farm in World 1. Getting into like Thick Skin, Ocean Man, these are kind of World 2, and then getting into the box statue, the Two Soul statue, the EXP statue, and construction statue. These ones are World 3 specific. World 4 for this, and this. Damage for this, and this. And then World 6 is compost, stealth, essence, and then obviously the World 5 caverns for Villager and Dragon Warrior statue. For the most part, with the exception of box statue, Two Soul, and Seesaw, all of these statues, and Kachao and Bullseye, those ones you want to farm on DK with a Choco chip, which is with as much drop rate as you can, and obviously crystal spawn chance as you can, so you can onyx them, get really high levels. The box statue, Two Soul, and Seesaw, those are strictly farmed by elemental sorcerer, because that is the best for farming those statues. And the same with Bullseye. I would recommend farming it on ES to get more statues that way. And farming AFK, like claiming AFK time on Dragon Warrior and Villager, are the best way to farm those. Yeah, Construction EXP is additive, but still that's 3,000%. If you compare that to a level 10,000 Call Me Bob, which is roughly what I have right now, of which I need to level up, it's only like 28,000, so I'm roughly like 32,000 or so. And this does multiply. Does get multiplied by cogs and such, so it's additive, yes, but it is still a source of construction exp, so it's worth kind of your time and grinding. Yeah, move on from the dashboard. We talked a lot about the dashboard, but other key things to kind of point out: the bubble level is obviously insanely high. Does a lot of bubble leveling. No Stamp Left Behind probably gave him a lot of these stamp levels at 21,000. And yeah, it's kind of the only things we really want to talk about. I guess we'll get to the refined salts in a second, but I did want to talk about shrines because there's a lot of shrine bonuses in the game. People often get confused how to level up shrines because it kind of gets forgotten about. It's one of the lesser cared about bonuses in the game. So let's talk about kind of shrine boosting and kind of the bonuses for that. So in sailing is, well, actually, let's take it back. In laboratory is probably one of the first sources of lab shrine stuff that you can get here. It's this one, Shrine World Tour. If a shrine is placed within town instead of in a monster map, it will act as though it's placed in every map in that world. So this is what allows you to collect AFK time anywhere in a world and level up shrines. So long as your shrine is placed in World 4 town, if you're AFK on Clammies, for example, you will get AFK time to progress your shrines. This is what makes that possible, is this lab node. So if you don't have this active, shrines do not affect you in the monster maps. So keep that in mind. That's how that works. And then the next upgrade you get for shrines are going to be in sailing. Get bonuses from all shrines from any map. You must be in the same map/world to level them up though. So this again kind of points that out. Wait, hold on. That is how that works. Yeah. It's kind of weird. Yeah. Yep. How does, now that I'm looking at it, how does Moe Head work compared to the lab node? Does the lab node only work for leveling it up and the Moe gives you the bonuses? I think that's how that works. If I'm reading into this correctly, then the lab node only allows you to level up the shrine, but... Oh, no, from any map. Sorry. This makes it global. I apologize. I confused myself. So the World 4 lab node makes it so you can level it up and get the bonus from the same world, but it doesn't apply to any of the other worlds. The World 5 bonus makes it so you get the bonuses from any world, no matter where the shrines are, so long... Yeah, just generally. But you cannot level them up if you're outside of that world. So you need to be in the same world as the shrine to level it up. That's it. So those are the first two kind of easy upgrades you can get for shrine. And then the third one, the most impactful one, unless I'm missing something here. I guess that's it. The most impactful one is going to be from sneaking. The Jade Emporium has another upgrade, which, man, oh man, this was game changing back in the day. If I can find it. A Shrine Collective Bargaining Agreement. Shrines no longer lose... If you guys heard that. Shrines no longer lose EXP when you're moved around, so you can finally bring those baddies out of retirement. So, what that means is previously, before World 6, if you moved a shrine, its EXP got reset down to 0. It kept the level, but it moved the EXP down to 0. Yeah, it was cats. Cats were jumping off a table and knocked something off, and I need to go yell at them or something. So with Shrine Collective Bargaining, you can move your cats and not lose EXP. Move your cats, move your shrines and not lose EXP. It is absolutely amazing. It's completely underrated. When this bonus came out, we all lost our minds collectively as endgamers because we needed this bonus. It was so important for helping level up shrines, and it's necessary so you don't accidentally lose all your shrine progress and reset your shrine back from 29.5 to 29. Cat shrines. Yep. So those are the sources of shrine bonus. So all that to say is when you are in the world as the shrine, it will level up. That's all you need to do. So you can apply that to World 2. If you want to use candy on the Fractal Island, you can put it in the World 2 town. It will affect the Fractal Island. You can level it up at that in World 2. If you are trying to progress the hole and you're AFK in the hole for the Bravery Monument or Justice Monument, you don't need to move the shrine to the hole. You just move it to the World 5 town, and it will affect you so long as you have the lab node active, and you can level up the shrines while you're progressing Bravery, Justice, and Wisdom, or getting the villager statue at the Gloomy Cavern and killing ancient golems for Dragon Warrior. Okay, stamps. I feel like I don't really need to talk about this stuff too much in depth, but Oxy kind of followed the general progression as I recommended most of the IE reviews. A lot of focus on multi-tool stamp. 230 is effectively the cap you can hit on multi-tool stamp with carry capacity and such. Ladle stamp is pretty high at 320. Can you level it up? Yeah, you can technically level this up with a 90%, but I mean, it's fine. You could get more ladle generation from this. I saw someone comment in a recent video, how do you get ladles? So with the sub PT Mad Gaming, thank you so much. But if you stick your characters in cooking and you go AFK, that's how you get ladles. The more cooking efficiency you have, the more ladles you get. It's more effective on Blood Berserker or Deathbringer now because it has talents specific to cooking efficiency and cooking AFK gain. Thank you so much for the Twitch Prime sub again, guys. Savage Balrog, thank you so much. Any primers in chat? Moving on. Yeah, so outside of those stamps to focus on multi-tool ladle stamp, you can also focus on mason jar stamp. This is really good for carry capacity because it affects every single carry capacity resource in the game. So it affects bugs, it affects fish, it affects mining, it affects chopping. The other stuff and such. So Mason Jar is really good general stamp for helping carry capacity, but along that same vein, leveling up Matty Bag stamp, Chopping Bag stamp, Little Mining Bag stamp, Bug Sack stamp, Bags of Head stamp, those ones are really good for carry capacity. You also have Crystalline stamp for helping you do crystal spawn chance, which I'm going to say after this update, I think you absolutely should try to level this up as much as you can with as much carry capacity as you can, as much stamp cost reduction as you can, especially now with the nerf to the Crystalline Shrine. This is required if you want to reach the same levels of crystal spawn chance as before, and probably putting an exalted stamp on here is probably my first priority when it comes to, you know, what I want to put an exalted stamp on. Okay, Owl, this is a very AFK mechanic. It doesn't really take a lot of brain power. You can click and hold on the upgrades and they go pretty fast nowadays compared to what it was before. Getting to level 17 or 16 to 17 Mega Feather is, I want to say, relatively easy. It takes a lot of AFK effort. You don't need to, like I said, take a lot of cognizant effort into doing Owl or Fisheroo anymore. So getting it to 16, 17, I say is relatively feasible. 15, I mean, if you're like more inactive in the game, that's completely fine. Getting it to 19 indicates that you spend a lot more time on Owl, which is completely fine. But if you want to get here, you're going to need to spend probably every hour, every 2, every 3 hours looking at this to level up these Owl upgrades, doing a feather restart, getting more feather generation, and, you know, getting more bonuses of Orion, Mega Reset, and such. Yeah, Char, what's up? Bubbles. So when you're at this stage of the end game, what I'm looking for immediately is 1500. 1500 is the breakpoint for World 1 to World 5 bubbles, to where they cannot, and I mean this literally, they cannot get hit by no bubble left behind. There is a hard cap in the game of level 1500 in bubbles. If you compare Oxy's Eidolon toolbox to mine, where I don't have a lot of bubbles at 1500, you will see my list here is longer. I have a lot more bubbles on the left side than he does. That's because these are roughly the only stamps pre-World 4 that are less than 1500. They don't show up if your bubbles are more than 1500. There is a hard cap code in the game for what no bubble left behind can hit. And from bubbles level World 1 to World 5, it is only 1500. That is the cap. So if your bubble is level 1501, it is impossible as of this moment for your bubbles to get hit by it. So that being said, with how much alternate particle upgrades we have nowadays, up to 140 with the Gambit Cavern, with actually even more now, by the way, one of the Windwalker upgrades gives you max level of atoms, so you can actually get more boron than before. Right now 30 is the cap for boron. You can get to 50, which means you can get 100 bubble levels per day from boron. Double that goes to 200. The 10 particle upgrades from the achievement goes to 20, so you can get 220 or so bubble levels now. Sorry, bubble clicks, not bubble levels, because you can potentially get times 2, times 3. Yeah, fun fact. So, yeah. Yep. Something to think about. So with how many alternate particles we have now and how easy it should be, depending on your atom generation, your liquid generation, getting bubbles to 1500 is way easier than it was in the past, with how much resources we have available. So if you are trying to look towards like really min-maxing your account, you could try to get some bubbles that are really hard to obtain resource wise, get them to 1500, and 100% get them out of the pool for no bubble left behind, and have all the other bubbles from World 4, World 5 get hit by lithium to level them up through no bubble left behind. Or you could try to use that same logic for leveling up the salt bubbles, for example. So trying to get no bubble left behind to hit Carpenter, or trying to hit no bubble left behind to hit some of the soul bubbles, which honestly aren't really that resource intensive anymore. Some of the like anvil production items, for example, so on and so forth. Yep. Okay, let's move on. Cauldron levels are in the 700s or so. Pretty good. Vial levels are good. Really good. So no matter who you are, I genuinely do not recommend, nor would I advise, trying to get Godshard Vial to level 13, nor level 12, nor level 11. Dreadlow even, I wouldn't even recommend getting to 12, 11. These are the easier. These are an absolute pain in the ass to do. They take a lot of effort. And if you're looking on how to do this, I would recommend looking at my stream that I did on Saturday, this past Saturday on the 19th. The day I did that, I went ahead and I got this vial to 13 myself, and I said on stream, perfect, I will get God Shard vial to level 11, maybe level 12. It's level 10. It's level 10. The reason it's level 10 is because this takes so much God Shard to actually get to level 13 that you are absolutely insane if you ever think about trying to get this vial up. That being said, doing it actively, insane. You can do it passively. You can take like one stack of God Shard, put it in your forge, and just let it claim. And then hopefully if you're being active on Windwalker, you can probably sustain the hourly clicks. But if you were to claim AFK kill time on beast on your Windwalker or Siegebreaker, you're going to blow through that stack and your forge is going to deplete. So be mindful of that because of how much forge capacity we have nowadays. But yeah, getting God Shard to level 13 is an absolute monstrous feat that takes a lot of dedication, and he most likely did this very actively. But yeah, if you're doing this, I do not recommend putting fuel in your forge, strictly because it will destroy your fuel stack. And frankly, there's kind of no reason to. You're going to run out of fuel within like the first 10 claims, if that, and you will lose your green stack. So I wouldn't really recommend trying to do that. Sigils maxed. This new arcade shop has a sigil upgrade. No matter what stage of the game you are, I would recommend actually trying to blue ball that arcade shop upgrade, because we don't know if there's going to be a new tier of sigils. We don't know if there's going to be more sigils added. So, you know, in terms of prep for World 7, World 8, I would just still recommend trying to max out all the sources of sigil speed as you can, just to kind of prep for the future. But if you are looking for easy sources of sigil speed, Arcade Shop is pretty good. There's also the Turtle Vial. The Turtle Vial is one of the best sources of sigil speed in the game. Actually, I want to double check. I often get those bonuses conflated. I just assume it gives sigil speed. It does. And there's also summoning. Summoning also gives sigil speed as well. So if you're looking to max your sigils, honestly, the order I would go is obviously unlock the sigils as you go, max out envelope pile, max out pipe gauge. Pipe gauge is pretty good. Trove is pretty good. Peapod is #1 priority, which you want to do because it helps level up your sigils faster. So it's kind of a no-brainer. Emoji Veggie is really good to give you gold food effect. Dreamcatcher is really good for skill AFK gain. Garlic Clove, underrated, but actually a pretty good one. Probably like lower tier of the good one to do. Peculiar Vial, amazing. Absolutely want to do that. Div Spiral, I rate it top tier, like S, honestly. And Jade Coin, A, maybe. But all those ones I mentioned are like what you should focus on. Everything else is kind of secondary to that. And what I wouldn't focus on, I'd probably put those like B, C, even D tier, honestly. Some of them are just like really bad, like mana regen. Who cares? Yeah. Let's move on to World 3. I'm scared. I'm scared to click on Refinery, but you guys can't see me hovering over because my camera covers it. Yep. But printer is looking pretty juiced, pretty cracked. Not quite at the trillion mark as some endgamers are, so a little bit of work to do. But as I say, and I stand on in every single review, 100 billion copper ore is so easily obtainable if you are in the end game. Even if you're mid game, you're like Sky Doggy Spirits, I think it's realistic for you to push 100 billion copper ore. Why? The hole. That's it. Bravery is a fantastic source of mining efficiency. In fact, I kind of prepped for this section of the video. Let me pop out of a desktop view to kind of show you guys. So you will notice my mining efficiency here says 43,656%. I had a 3.3x run. I got to wave 51 or so of bravery. Just compare the two. I got 1100% mining efficiency. So that was 300 levels of mining efficiency. I got 1100% mining efficiency. Insane. Especially nowadays where you can 2x multi-tool stamp. That's a lot of base efficiency. So if I were to actually like truly double multi-tool stamp, so this was 2,500 before, now it's 5,000. So I got an extra 2,500 base efficiency. If I times that by the 1,100%, so what's that? That's like 11 times, right? If I times that by 11, now I have 27,500 efficiency. How much efficiency does it take for copper ore to hit its next threshold? I genuinely have no idea because it's like a really high number now. I think it's in the low digits. So yes, holy shit. Okay, that's a lot of stuff. We'll sort through this off stream. Okay, I wasn't anticipating this, but yeah, bravery. Granted, I got to really high wave. Granted, it was a 3.3x multi. Granted, I targeted mining efficiency, but take that to heart. If you're doing bravery, if you're doing the bravery monument, you should 100% be focusing on mining efficiency because of how powerful it is. And if you somehow manage free to play to get to Cavern 15, even better, because Dragon Warrior statue will scale the mining power you get from the statue, give you tons and tons of efficiency for you to start really like scaling your mining efficiency bonuses and getting really high prints. But if you want to start scaling your prints early game, copper ore is fantastic because it's easy to scale bravery. All it takes is going AFK. That's all it is. It's literally going AFK. It's the least effort mechanic you can put into this game. There's absolutely no reason to say that bravery, like the whole, doesn't solve skill efficiency. It does. It does. Stop saying it doesn't. It does. You're focusing villager EXP and BFR. That's also completely fine. If you choose to focus on villager EXP, just know your prints are going to suffer for a little bit, which, depending on the stage of the game you are, is fine. But pushing to 100 billion print is a good like first breakpoint of reaching the end game because it gives you so much atom generation for you to be able to click on bubbles in alchemy. It allows you to level up boron more efficiently if you reach the 90Q super bit. But pushing villager EXP, trying to push to Cavern 13, 14, even Cavern 15 is really good as well. It's not a bad goal by any means. It's something you should do. Okay. I don't want to spend too much time on a refinery here, but Oxy is what we call a secondly clicker. His refinery levels on redox salts and explosive salts are so high that the refine time for these are in the minutes. So once you get past, I want to say roughly like 20 or so level of refinery, it could be a little bit higher. Honestly, can't remember. My throat's starting to go out. Sorry, guys. But once you start getting past that level, the level like requirement for the salts reaches 1 million. At that point, 24, sorry. It does not scale in like length of time. It starts shortening the length of time. So essentially it goes faster. So scaling refinery speed and scaling, you know, as much refinery speed as you can starts reducing that time even further. So leveling it up becomes easier and easier. And because of the hole, we now have Pocket Divinity, so you can link to multiple gods. So linking to Omnifau, if you're free to play, if you're dootless, that is, will allow you to level up refinery even faster. So claiming AFK time can help you progress refinery. So if you want to scale refinery, linking to Omnifau is really important. And being on top of your refinery, really claiming it every single time and trying to level up red salts. Don't do what he did and like over level orange salts. I guess if you're at this stage, it really doesn't matter. But Yeah, that's if you were trying to scale like red salts, if you're trying to scale orange salt levels or just like refinery levels, it just takes time. Claiming AFK time as efficiently as you possibly can, trying to match your AFK hours on your character to what your refinery cycle would be to level up that would help with that refinery speed. You can also exalt the refinery stamp. Exactly. It's not too significant of an increase, the stamp that is, but as you can see here, it's like a third the level of construction mastery, so getting building levels may be more important, but still, if you're looking for sources of refinery speed, the stamp is a source of refinery speed that you could rely on, and you can maybe exalt to get even faster cycle time. That's just disgusting. 515 on. Unfortunately, you don't have level 50 bubbles or level 50 atoms. You should probably work on that. I'm just kidding. But going from level 20 to 30 in the atom collider requires 90 red super bits. And going from 30 to 50 requires the Windwalker. There is a nomadic path upgrade, I believe, for plus max atom levels. So if you're looking to upgrade the amount of max levels you have, there you go. Equinox. So unfortunately, Oxy was there for the Equinox update. He maxed everything, and so that includes Laboratory Fuse. Unfortunate. That includes Food Lust to 14. Unfortunate, but yeah, I think if the lesson you should take away is maybe put one level of Food Lust. That's it. Don't put any points into Laboratory Fuse. Putting a lot of points in metal detector is really good for helping you progress gaming. This is an absolutely amazing, necessary upgrade for gaming. The higher level it is, the better it is. Equinox symbols is S tier, that absolute top #1 priority. If you have points to put into Equinox symbols, put it in there. It's the best upgrade. Matching skims is okay. It's another damage multiplier. So if you're lacking in damage, here you go. Slow Rust Whiz is really good if you do tower defense. If you don't do tower defense, obviously stray away from it. Liquid Vestment, also S tier. I think I personally rate this just below Equinox symbols, but this is absolutely required if you want to push alchemy levels and cauldron levels. You saw earlier in the video, his liquid levels were at like 600-700. That's solely due to Liquid Vestment and cranium cooking on Bubo. Nah, other way around. No. Equinox symbols #1, Liquid Vestment #2. Death Note. Good. He's got 1 million kills on Glunko. Yep. Honestly, the Eclipse Skull grind, I would probably recommend anyone do if you're in the like nearing like double-digit millions of kills per hour. That's probably what I recommend, and do one mob at a time. I would probably recommend, honestly, I wouldn't even get the billion kills right off the rip with Deathbringer. I would just do 100 mil kills on Deathbringer so you get the super chows, but outside of that, save the 1 billion kills for Deathbringer a little bit later for your Apocalypse Wows. I would probably push that when you're nearing like the 50 to 100 million kills per hour, depending on the mob. Like early world 1 is, I'm kind of basing off Green Mush, doing that to help you scale. Otherwise you could just be wasting time, and you could instead stick your Deathbringer into cooking to get ladle generation, for example, to help cooking, or doing active Deathbringer for bone farming. Ooh, okay, so Oxy is slacking on the tower defense. Roughly 200 Goblin Gorefest, 200 Walk of War, 200 Acorn Assault, and starting to taper down like 190, 180, so on, is kind of like the caps, depending how insane you are for worship. I particularly find this insulting because he has obviously maxed out Slow Roast Wiz. There's no reason he shouldn't, or he can't push this higher. He absolutely can. And he's got all this maxed out. Good. You never know. Cool. Does he have maxed meals? Probably not, but do be cognizant, Oxy, that you do have food lust bonuses. I would honestly check this every single day. Honestly, whenever you kill a random event boss, I would look to see if you can put ladles into something. My cutoff for where I put ladles was around, honestly, I want to say it was just, I think it was at leaks. So I leveled every single plate you see here naturally with ladles and AFK gains to 110. Everything else was no meal left behind. So all of these meals, I spent thousands of ladles on to get to 110. And honestly, Oxy, Tower defense enjoyer, sir. Cannoli, 110. Hello. Insulting. But especially nowadays with Windwalker, you want to really focus on pet breedability. So focusing on eggplant to 110, getting a high ribbon on this to help you with that so you can get crit chance on Windwalker. It's probably something you actually want to do. It's probably one advice I can kind of point to that you can actually put into action right now. It's going to help you. Getting a good ribbon on this, getting a high level of this, and obviously trying to put lamp wishes into breedability speed for the World 4 stuff is going to help you with Windwalker and progressing that, because the breedability speed will make it so you get more crit chance. And oh wow, 2. Look at it. You have a look at the time. Look at the time it's taking you. 1 minute. 1 minute for this. 4 minutes for a 2 to 3. So these are the sources, obviously, for breedability speed. So there is a upgrade in the breeding menu for shiny pet, level up rate, and breedability. There is a meal bonus, as we mentioned, the eggplant. Putting a ribbon on that, getting a high level of that. There's an achievement for it somewhere. There's a star sign bonus that's breedable speed, I believe. It's in the Archon. It's the red one. It's in that window. And then the biggest ones are from crop bonus. There's pet rate from the crop scientist pencil. So the more crops you find, the higher pushing you've done into Deathbringer, and also the lamp bonus from the hole in the lamp. World 4 stuff will help increase breedability speed by quite a lot. Yeah, if you compare that to mine, which I've spent a lot of time on World 4 stuff, my breedability speed is shiny speed. I was like, my shiny speed 16,000 compared to Oxy's only 3.7k. So obviously not a lot of attention's been focused here. I think you should shift your focus, especially with the advent of the Windwalker update, focusing a lot on breedability speed. I really prepped this going into it because I anticipated it to be the Beastmaster class. So I spent a lot of time trying to upgrade the crop scientist pencil, pushing more crops found, pushing the lamp wish, pushing pets and breedability itself, and being active on Beastmaster. I really prepped for this, so that's why my bonus is higher. In the past few weeks, I built up the wishes. I spent those wishes. I put a high level ribbon on the eggplant to help increase that breedability speed. So by no means was he wrong to do what he did. Yeah, I even think it's capped. So eggplant, wherever it is, there it is. 110 with a tier 8 ribbon. It's only tier 8. Chat, we got to correct this actually. Give me a sec. This is something that needs correcting. Do I have a tier 8 ribbon? I don't. Oh, it's tier 10 now. Why did it say it was tier 8? Oh, I'm dumb. It's tier 10. Anyways, moving on. I won't touch Rift. I feel like there's not much for me to talk about. Maybe get breeding to 1,000. He has all boats finished. He has not all Ender Captains, so make sure to check your sailing every single day. And he's pushing purple bits. Okay, so there is, I don't know if this is still a thing in the current game. I don't know if it's been updated in the recent patch, but if you do get to 9.99 trillion purple bits, you can actually upgrade the sprout capacity 4 times. So you can get 24 out of 24 spots on the gaming garden. It takes a lot of time. So if you're at this stage and you're willing to push it, obviously getting a bigger nugget, 1 billion isn't enough to push purple bits. So getting into like 5 billion, 10 billion, spending a lot more time in gaming, obviously days worth of gaming, like really active gaming is something you could do to push it. But if you are looking to get those extra sprout capacities, you're going to take a lot of time. But the good news is once you get to 9.99 trillion, the cost scaling doesn't increase. It stays at 9.99 trillion. And that's it. So if you can get there, you can do that. Yeah, when talking about breedability level, it's all the levels of your breedability pets. All these pink pets you see here, it's the level of all of these combined. So all these level 1, level 1, level 1, level 1. This is 4 levels right here. That's what it's referring to. Okay, the whole bravery. So Oxy's only at 34,508. Doesn't have a bravery multi. Obviously, mining efficiency is something I'd focus on. Maybe consider some villager EXP if you're pushing gaming, doing gaming bit gain, etc. How's the distribution here? This seems, in my opinion, this is pretty poor distribution on the bell. I would, yeah, I would probably put Belaya on the bell study, push it to like 320, 340, get a few extra levels, do a bell reset. And then I would really try to aim for extra daily wishes. The more daily wishes you get, obviously, the more levels you can put into World 4, World 5, World 6 stuff. And then from there, everything else is kind of gravy on top. Harp note gain is pretty good for sneaking. It's also pretty good for snail chance doesn't really matter for you. There's double torch chance for pushing sanctum, depending what level sanctum you are. Never mind, forget about it. Extra rupee chance is nice for the jars. It's, it's kind of good to get that. You have 100 trillion across them. I see you're trying to get all the collectibles, which is a hard fought battle to do. So good luck on that, my friend. You stop just... Do you not have 24k hours in... Brother in Christ. There's no way. There's no way. Wait, hold on. Oxy. Oxy, my man. Oxy, my man. I literally just had a rant about bravery mining efficiency. No, it's not a week old. It's 3 days old. Oxy, you gotta be kidding me. So, give up on trying to push finding new collectibles. It's over. You're done. You're cooked. Please tell me you have the Minecraft gem. Oh, he doesn't have Minecraft gem. Oh, it's so sad. Every single character goes on bravery right now until you get to 30k hours. 30k hours or bust. Every single, I think 6 hour it is in bravery gets you more sword damage, which means you can push even higher waves of bravery. Once you push past wave 47 plus, that's when you can start seeing bravery multi. It's a very low chance, but there's a chance you can get it. What that does, it gives you a lot. It gives you so much gaming bit gain. It gives you so much villager EXP, cooking speed, BFR, mining efficiency, bell ping and ring rate, monument AFK gain, straight to jail. This is criminal for an end gamer. I cannot believe, Oxy, that this is 15,000 hours. He's not a whale. He doesn't have True Crown. He doesn't have Timeless Watch. How many crops do you push to? That's pretty good. That's pretty good. That's honestly a good stopping point for crops, I'm not gonna lie. Sneaking. My personal recommendation, get all your gemstones to 100k. Long grind. Double meteorite. Push sneaking. If you're early game with the Windwalker up advent, getting into Mastery 2, absolute joke. Getting to Mastery 3, even more of a joke. But still, I would recommend at least a 1k gemstone grind. That should be relatively feasible. Even the new ones that were introduced, I would still recommend getting them to 1,000. It should be relatively easy. Especially now with all the sneaking percent that we get, especially with the higher levels of charms that we get, it should be relatively easy and kind of a joke at this point to push sneaking into Mastery 2. Mastery 3 is even better because it gives you +5 minimum talent levels, which is really good for master classes because it helps you push even higher levels of the talents, which we're severely lacking points for. So it's just really, really good. Anyways, moving on to summoning. Most of the summoning has, at least for the essence doublers, it has... Sorry, the summoning star doublers, it has two different modes. One, when you're focusing on essence generation, and the other when you're focusing on pushing. If you're focusing on pushing, all the damage ones and mana regen ones. Do not double the jeweled cards one. You can double the final card one. That's completely fine. But just damage and mana generation is all you want to focus on. If you're focusing on essence generation, obviously just put everything on essence generation. So all the green ones, all of the white ones, all of the red ones. I personally put yellow on kind of a lower tier. Just compared to the other colors, if you're lacking on stars to double, yellow's kind of low bottom tier of what you want to do. And then Beanstalk, obviously, oh wow, not even done with the golden bread grind, but how many call tickets do you have? You can finish the golden bread grind. Honestly, just getting golden bread across or on your character, having a good stack of it is really nice for coin generation. Kind of, who needs it at this point? I mean, coin generation, schmoin generation, am I right? But if you're looking for more coin generation, that's a really easy way for you to scale it, especially with how much gold food effect we have now. That should be kind of a joke and be relatively easy for you to scale. So doing World 5 Coliseum, doing it on Bubo specifically, will help you scale. Guys, I was AFK in the ribbon menu the entire time, and I haven't been pushing Windwalker. I'm so sorry. Criminal. Yep. So, what was I saying? Oh yeah, doing World 5 Coliseum on Bubo with as much drop rate as you can. The reason Bubo is important for World 5 Coliseum is because you can push the points total on the Coliseum really high, and the more points you get, the more chests you unlock. You need to unlock some of the chests to drop more gold bread. So by killing things as fast as you can on Bubo, which is the fastest killer in the game, you get more points, which unlocks chests. The breakpoint for chests that you're looking for is roughly 25.6 for third bronze, 28 mil for the second gold chest. The only way it is possible for you to hit these later chests is on Bubo, because it kills things the fastest. So you want to drop Auspicious Aura on each of the platforms, going one by one. And then just pressing next wave as fast as you can to try to push that, because that'll give you the most amount of points possible. It'll give you the highest point multiplier to help you push the points to get into the second gold chests and like third bronze chests and such, to give you more gold bread and other and like gold tickets and such. Okay, lots of general stuff. I hope talking about this endgame account gave some insight for someone who is more early game. Of kind of how you get to this point, and kind of the blasphemous things endgamers still do that kind of boggle my mind. But hopefully you gain some perspective from this. Let me know what you think in the comments below. I look forward to reading every single one of them, as I do most of the videos. My voice is starting to go out, so I will see you guys in the next video. Have a great day. Bye. All right, chat. Real quick. We're going to do two things, and then unfortunately I do have to go because my wife is home and I promised her some time. We're going to scroll through all these items. 537 is bad. 144. 534 is bad. Oh yeah, it's 144 I already had. Keep it 33, you know? As we're going to do Marbies. See you destroy some items to RNG. We are going to get there. 543 to 5. I can't. Maybe I should have kept that 543. 31 ring. Honestly, there's not a lot.
POV when you say it only 30 minutes and turns into 2 hours.
True. Okay, these ones are potential. Okay, that's potential. A 54? Yeah, we'll just throw it on these rings too. Okay, what do you want to do with the bows first? Should I go for 10k bravery or 10k just 10k bravery? 10k bravery is massive because of the rethrows. Chat, we're just gonna blast it. We're just gonna blast them. 1 out of 5. 0 out of 5. 0 out of 5. 0 out of 5. It's so bad. It's so bad. It's so bad. Okay, the rings. We got 30, 30, 30, 30. 55? That's an upgrade. Is it? Oh, it's an upgrade. Oh my god, I dropped another one. Okay, and last thing I want to do. Camby, that is potentially a bug, and I don't advocate for that. I cannot tell people to do that because it's potentially a bug, and I can't say do that. Game is pain. Chat, do you guys hear that? Hey, no problem. It happens. No, I what? Huh?
No
Chat.
bug in chats.
Ignore this. Chat, this is going to go to first place and last place. First place and last place. So if you're on YouTube, swap over to Twitch. There's no plug and play crossover between YouTube and this game. If you want to join for an account review, go over to Twitch. I'll give you some time to create a Twitch account if you haven't. I'm going to go say hello to my wife, tell her I'll be done in like 15 minutes. And then yeah, and I'll save these for stream on Saturday. I'll do these account reviews live then. Hopefully we have some early game players. I really want to see some like World 3, World 4 people. That's the goal. So with that being said, type !play on Twitch chat. If you're on YouTube, swap over. And I'll be right back. Give me 1 sec, guys.
Hello YouTube and the mods in chat, this will be a good show.
Yeah. And she's gone. Cat hair. She smells like stinky. All right. Chat. First place and last place. We'll start. 30 seconds. Last finish. First place and last finish. And here we go. My personal opinion about the first dust, the first dust tier is probably. I did Nuttos. Nuttos was really good. I was getting in the millions of dust per hour on Nuttos. Like I was getting like 4 or so million per hour, 3 million maybe. It was pretty good. And then the second tier dust, I did Poops for a little bit. Poops got me like 5, 6. No, that's too much. No, it's too much. I think it's a mil. Already answer stamp priority? Yes, but I would recommend probably number 1 crystalline stamp, because crystal statue got nerfed, or the crystal shrine got nerfed, with the intention that you would exalted stamp the crystalline stamp. So yes, to get crystal spawn chance back up, I would RIP Bujaja. I would exalted that one first, and the next one multi-tool stamp, and then after that gold food effect. Yeah. Mason jar stamp's good. Ooh. Drippy drop. That's actually, I keep forgetting that one. That one is amazing. Yeah, the drippy drop stamp is amazing. Yeah. Should I AFK overnight dust 1 or dust 2? If you can get to Sir Stashes before you go to bed, I would do that one. Because the reason I say Sir Stashes is because it doesn't have a drop, so your inventory will not be flooded with weapons. And the other bonus is you get like 10 to 20 million dust per hour, depending what bonuses you have. Yeah, drippy drop only works for liquid cauldrons. I don't really know right now. Is blasting right now. Oh, I think Alum, that was on a previous stream. He's our chat record holder. RIP Castrins. Kill Ploop deck. Doing pretty good. He could get stopped here. He could get stopped here. There's a chance. There's always the chance. Potential. It seems like that might happen. Ooh. There's potential for, I don't know. I don't really know. Could catch up here. It's looking likely. Blasting through that. Ooh, and it seems like, I don't really know. It's probably going to take it. Boom. I don't really know. It was the first person to win the account review. And now we're looking back here. We're looking back here. Aurelian Diney, My Dargo. Potential runners for the account review giveaway. Unfortunately, I don't know where the firewall is, if there is one. So Aurelian Diney might have to speed up so he doesn't die here. Oh no, my account's chopped. It's okay. It's not happening this stream. You have like 5 days to fix it. 4 days. She still got Amrock armor. Amazing. You'd love to see it. Please don't be like World 6 Sky Doggy Spirits Amrock armor. I think Aurelian Diney might die here. He might DNF. In which case he's not going to win. he said, hold up, let me cook here. Hitter. All right, so what you guys are going to do is go to Discord, paste your public toolbox link. Paste your toolbox link into this channel right here, the review winners link. I don't know these people. Why are they posting their accounts? You haven't won. RIP. So post your accounts in here. They fixed the toolbox bug. It seems to be working for me. So, hey. Apparently we have so many people joining. It's unusual join activity. Yep. So, congrats to, again, Hitter, and I don't really know. Also, let me know what your toolbox are, so I know people aren't like frauding. But yeah, post your toolbox in here. If you need instructions how to do that, I'll do that real quick. Eidolon toolbox. So you go to, obviously you log in with the same account you'd use for Eidolon. It would link, find your data, and pull it here. You would click on upload profile. You don't need to participate in toolbox rating. You'd upload your profile, copy this link, and paste it in here. And eventually you guys will post. I'll be played for 2 months. It should be interesting. Great. I love to hear that, because honestly, it's been so long since I've reviewed someone who's more early game. So it's good to get that perspective.
I hate I fell out of the map.
You did. You sure did. You were front runner for a while, man. Character name Blade 1K. Got it. I'll look out for that review. Thank you so much. All right, that's been transferred over. 2-month gang. Oh my god, we got the coin. I forgot to check the other map if we did get the coin from being AFK. Mimics or sandcastles for dust. I did sandcastles. Sandcastles is a good little intermediary zone for me to be. 554 with nothing on it.
Meow.
Quickster with the 13-month subscription. Hell yeah, brother. Rats for Moondust. I did for Moondust, I did Poops. Poops felt better. That was indeed quite the meow. That was a 13th month worthy meow, if I do say so myself. What do you guys think? Oh yeah, the Poops also dropped the dust bow, so Poops is a good farming spot. How much dust do we have? We've been AFK for a while here. You can farm on snowflakes? Perfect. Okay, let's push some upgrades, I think. Let's push Nomadic Path. We get higher sneaking EXP gain for all ninjas. That's quite a high cost, if I do say so myself. Next, we have the Sun Dust or whatever. Moon of Damage. And next one, reduction cost for Moon of Damage. Lame. This one, Pixels of Reach in Tempest mode. Next, more dust. Oh my lord. Are these like separate multipliers? It's like 0.07, 0.04. 8. It seems like these are separate multipliers. Do I have top of the mooring? I do not. No. Where is that? Is that elemental path, I'm assuming? I know it's good. Oh, I can upgrade this. Multi-shot chance in Tempest mode. $200 DR in the first couple of days. Yeah, it seems good. Upgrades already on Wiki? I have no idea. I haven't checked. RAP. No longer any exclamation mark play. I think you're so behind, Chad. Yeah, honestly, my personal opinion, I would not over AFK overnight at Snowflakes, because we saw I was AFK for that review for like an hour and my entire inventory almost filled up. So I imagine you're probably going to run into some issues about lag at some point. So I wouldn't recommend AFKing overnight in a map that can drop stuff. I would probably do Sur Stashes if you can, which is a tier 1. If you cannot get here, Nuttos, if you're like really early game, Sandcastles is good. What attacks are you using? Here is my bar, Ururar, the reindeer, the whale, wallop, nacho, boar, ballista, compass, trap, etc. Yeah, we desperately need to filter. Desperately. If you want to AFK overnight. 146908. Yeah, it's pretty good damage. Pretty good damage if I say so myself. Let's get some more crit chance, you know? I mean, it's 69% crit chance. Yeah, brother. My drop rate seems so much less than yours. How'd you get your base DR into Tempest? It is right here. Luck factor. This upgrade right here. So keep pushing the elemental path. Keep pushing elemental path. You'll unlock this. It makes your drop rate partially apply to drop rate of Tempest. You had a dream about new masterclass? Yeah, it means you're getting a little too coded, pal. Elemental 9 is that one? Good to know. Good to know. Do you know what the level is for the daily DR one? Oh, yeah. It costs a lot of dust. You can have multiple bars? Yes, you can. Bar 1 and bar 2. And there's also bar 3 if you didn't know that. And it goes back to 1. DK statues throwing shockwaves on all directions, like... Oh, Oxy. You missed it. I will say I did give you like basically like 5 minutes notice, so I did just go through it, sadly. If you did just upload, please tell me. Oxy, did you what are your bravery hours? Oxy, what are your bravery hours right now? Officer's that man right there. Fucking get him. He's get him. He's right there. That's crazy. 15k hours is insulting. What are the new charms? We have Villager EXP, Dust Multiplier, Bones Multiplier, Exalted Stamp Bonus. Yep. Reminds me. I need to do some liquid because my daily reset's about to happen. Oh, God, an hour. And I need liquid for my Atom clicks. Villager EXP, I think, is 1.4x multi. Oh, yes. So it's Bones Multiplier. I think it's like 1.3 for each of the Masterclass multipliers. So Bones Multiplier, Dust Multiplier, the third Masterclass multiplier. It's unimplemented right now. It's just a multiplier for when that Masterclass gets introduced. Then there's Villager EXP multi, and then Exalted Stamp bonus. So instead of it giving a 2x, it gives like 2.2x or something. My God. Slacking all day. Yes, there is an upgrade in the compass for increasing the drop rate of pristine gems or pristine charms. So if you haven't gotten any free to play pristine charms, now would be your chance to do it. So push Windwalker, get to that upgrade. It's probably a nomadic path. Will you be able to see it? Actually, Oxy, the VODs get uploaded to YouTube automatically. It's roughly 1 hour 25 minutes is the hour mark if you're looking for. Is it worth exalting drop rate stamp? I would not. No. All right, chat. So this has been a fun stream, a good little update stream. It's been 2 hours and 40 minutes. Jesus Christ. Okay, we'll go and end there. I do need to eat dinner with my wife, do some wedding planning and stuff. This has been fun. I kind of like streaming after work, but man, kind of interferes with my wife time. I like my wife. I love my wife. I love me weef. I always say that. There's like those videos on TikTok that are like random words. It's like that little furry animal, you know? No, it's like that little it's like that little fat child that just doesn't complete words all the time. And I remember one, it's like, no, me husband, you know, it's like the one. You know, I don't know how to explain it. If you're not on TikTok, you don't know. Anyways, thanks guys for stopping by. I appreciate you guys. I'll catch you guys in the next stream. Actually, Twitch chat before you go, I guess we'll go ahead and raid Griffey. I haven't talked to Griffey in a little bit. I hope he's all right. Raid. What's Griffey been up to? Is he playing Eidolon? Is he still streaming? It's actually a good question to know before I even raid him. He's offline. Never mind. Chat. Griffey's dead. Well, there goes that. I don't know anyone else to raid. We got Will. Will streaming. Raid Goldmine? Who's Goldmine? Who's this guy? I don't think I've ever seen him.
And then we did one World 1 dungeon. I hadn't done a dungeon in almost a year or some shit. It's not Flurbo, it's free. Oh. Well, we like free shit here, so sheesh. Okay, I'll do that here in a second. Do I have to do it on my Windwalker, or can I actually? I will. I'm not even gonna ask that.
Raid myself.
It's easier to have it in my inventory on the Windwalker. Okay. Yeah. I'll just do it on the Windwalker because.
New friends. Yeah. All right. We'll raid Goldmine.
No.
We'll raid Goldmine. Why not? Lava's in his chat? Perfect. Okay. Chat, we'll send on over.
Yeah, we'll do this. Just up this shit more. We'll do
give him a little hello.
Demoge. We like the demoge.
All right, chat.
Oh, the
I'll see you guys later. Thanks for stopping by. Have a good one.
Yeah, I
Take care,
finally-
Dwarf.
and
Take care,
as a couple
Aurelian.
days ago,
Take care,
I
Tony.
severely neglected,
Take care, Killboy, Gabby,
Chomper,
everyone.
but I
Bye.
severely neglected summons.